We live in a world that screams, share everything. But what if the greatest power you have isn't in what you reveal, but in what you protect? What if real wisdom is found not in speaking, but in knowing when to stay silent? This is the core teaching of Chanakya, an ancient strategist whose lessons are, frankly, more critical today than ever before.
More than 2,000 years ago, this master strategist, Chanakya, he figured out a fundamental truth about life. He realized that true power isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about what you strategically choose to keep to yourself. His teachings, known as the Chanakya Niti, are basically a timeless guide for dealing with the messy, beautiful, and complex thing we call human nature.
So, in this explainer, we're going to walk through Chanakya's most powerful secrets. We'll start with how to guard your inner world, then move on to protecting your future moves, and finally, we'll talk about mastering your public self. It all wraps up with understanding the incredible power of just holding back. Okay, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. This isn't about being sneaky or deceptive. Chanakya Niti is a strategic guide. It's about protecting your energy, your focus, and your goals from all the noise out there. It's about understanding that sometimes your silence is the most powerful tool you have. Our journey into this ancient wisdom starts where it has to, with us, your inner world. Chanakya taught that before you can even think about conquering the world outside, you absolutely have to build a strong fortress within yourself first. So here's secret number one, and it's the foundation for everything else. Never reveal your weaknesses. Look, this isn't about pretending you're perfect. Nobody is. It's about recognizing that in a world that can be pretty competitive, sharing a vulnerability with the wrong person is like handing them a weapon they can and probably will use against you. Just imagine this. An employee tells a coworker in confidence that he's absolutely terrified of public speaking. A few weeks go by and they're in a huge team meeting. What happens? That same colleague points to him and says, "Hey, why don't you present this next part? You could use the practice." A private fear, just like that, gets turned into a public weapon. That's why you guard your weaknesses. And that leads us to secret number two. Be incredibly selective about who you share your personal problems with. There's a huge difference between getting advice from a trusted friend or mentor and just venting to everyone who will listen. One brings you closer to a solution, the other just brings an audience for your pain. Think about someone you know who's going through a really tough breakup. They tell a few friends who mean well, but then those friends tell a few more. Before you know it, their deep personal struggle has become casual office gossip. They were looking for support, but all they got was an audience. The problem didn't get solved, it just got bigger. Okay, so once we've strengthened that inner fortress, it's time to protect our future. Chanakya was a master strategist, and he knew that the biggest goals aren't achieved with loud announcements. They're achieved with quiet, focused work. Which brings us to secret number three. Keep your future plans under lock and key. Why? Because when you announce your big ambitions too early, you invite two silent killers of success. First, there's the jealousy of others. And second, there's this weird self-sabotage that happens when you get praise before you've actually done anything. It feels good, and it kills your drive to actually finish the work. Consider the aspiring entrepreneur who's so excited about their brilliant new business idea that they tell everybody. What happens next? They're just flooded with opinions. "Oh, that'll never work," says one person. "Someone else already tried that," says another. Their dream gets chipped away, not because it was a bad idea, but because it was drowned in a sea of opinions. Just work in silence. Let your success be the only announcement you make. Now, secret number four goes even a level deeper. It's not just about hiding your plans, it's about hiding your strategy, your method, the how you're going to do it. That's your unique advantage. Telling people your strategy is like giving the other team your playbook before the big game. It just doesn't make sense. Think of a really sharp businesswoman planning a huge product launch. All her competitors think she's zigging, but she's been quietly zagging, developing something they never even considered. When she finally unveils it, the market is completely stunned. See, she doesn't just win, she changes the entire game. Her real power wasn't just in her product, it was in her silence. And that leads directly to secret number five, which is all about tactics. Never, ever reveal your very next move. If your strategy is the long-term war, your next move is the immediate battle. If you announce what you're about to do, you give everyone else the time and information they need to get in your way. It's exactly like a game of chess. A grandmaster never leans across the board and says, "Hey, just so you know, I'm about to move my knight here to trap your bishop." No way! The power of the move is in the quiet, decisive action. And in the great game of life, the exact same rule applies. You make your move first and let them react to you. All right, we've secured our inner world. We've protected our future plans. Now it's time to master the final battlefield, your public self. Chanakya taught that controlling your own story, your own narrative, is the ultimate form of power. So secret number 6 is a total minefield in today's world, your financial status. It doesn't matter if you have a lot or a little. Talking about it widely changes everything. If you boast about your wealth, you can attract jealousy and fake friends. If you complain about being broke, you can attract pity or even disrespect. Either way, people stop seeing you and they start seeing your bank account. Just imagine a young professional who gets a big promotion. They're excited, so they tell their friends their new salary. All of a sudden, things get weird. Some friends become distant, others start making strange comments or asking for money. That genuine connection they had is now filtered through this lens of money. Their character just took a back seat to their income. And finally, we've arrived at secret number 7, and this is such a powerful lesson in humility. Keep your good deeds quiet. Chanakya believed that any act of kindness that's done for applause isn't really kindness at all. It's just a transaction for your ego. True kindness finds its own reward in the act itself. Think of the person who quietly pays the school fees for a struggling student and never tells a soul. They don't post about it online. They don't look for a pat on the back. Their fulfillment comes from the pure and simple knowledge that they made a real difference. The act stays a sincere gift, not a public performance. That's true generosity. So when you look at all these secrets together, what's the golden thread that connects all of them? It's this deep understanding that real power isn't found in being loud, but in restraint. It's the art of strategic silence. I mean, really think about it. You guard your vulnerabilities. You conceal your ambitions. You let your character define you, not your money. This isn't about hiding who you really are. It's about having the wisdom to show your true self only to the right people and at the right time. Chanakya's wisdom isn't just some dusty old philosophy. It's a practical toolkit for surviving and thriving in the modern world. So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one question. In your own life right now, which one of these 7 secrets do you need to start practicing first? The answer to that? Well, that might just be your next big step toward mastering the art of living wisely.